Run to another episode. John, my co-host Jody Eppier.
How are you?
I'm Miles OK, and let's get into this episode. So today we're going to focus on our tips, how to do a successful pre-service or a prac. Been in the game for a while now, having various pre-service teachers. We've got a fair understanding of what it needs to be successful on your prac, your first prac, your final prac, wherever it happens to be. I think there's a few things you can do to master that. So, going to get straight into it. Our tips for a successful prac. Obviously, it's important to make a good first impression. One of the first things you can do is get in contact with your mentor teacher just by email. If you can do phone, fair enough, or by email and just say, look, this is when I'm starting. Can I come in before my due date or before my start date?
Yes.
That to me, if I'm the mentor teacher, shows that you are proactive and you want to be here. If you just leave it to the last minute, I'm going to start to second guess whether actually you want to, like how professional are you when it comes to the teaching game. Now you may have situations outside of teaching, but if you're showing from the start that A, you're in communication, and B, you're willing to come in your own time, I'm more than happy to do anything for you and start you off and get you hit the ground running, which I think is important.
That as you said, making the early communication, trying to send via email, make contact. Any of those things are good steps, and showing up in your own time is a good step purely for the sake that you are interested in wanting to make sure that this prac is going to be a successful one. And if you're starting off that you are clear and concise and you're showing that you're ready to go, you're already on the front foot going forward. So yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's putting the right foot forward.
Yeah.
Be on time to school each day. Any means. I'll go a step further. I'd say be early.
Yes.
But the question is how early. So if we work off a 9 o'clock start for first class and you're teaching first period, I think being there by 8:30 is reasonable enough. What do you think?
8:30, I think that's a great one. I would also recommend anywhere between 8 to 8:30. And what that does, even if your prac teacher doesn't get there, it's the fact that you are already there. And as you get there early, you can actually prep yourself a little bit more. So the earlier you can be, I'll take advantage of it. As you get further on into your career, you probably won't show up that early anyway. But whilst you're learning the craft, just be there early.
Because there is that. Your first couple of years of teaching will be full on as you're developing resources, assessments and stuff like that. Just because the flip side to that, getting early, is just make sure you're looking after your workload as well. But the good thing about being prepared is it means that you're going to have less problems in the class. If you do have a difficult class, if you're more prepared, you're going in there with more confidence, I think, to deal with the situation.
Because a scenario that could occur is that if you show up a little bit too late, let's say, one of the most used resources in most schools is a photocopier in the morning. And if you're sharing with departments,
mate, seniority. These days, seniority and status in the school. No, obviously, yeah, exactly. And you'd hope in a 21st, century digital age would be over the photocopy, but it still seems to be the most used resource. So you can get all your stuff done. Dress appropriately, like don't be wearing jeans and stuff. Like for me, being a guy, just the black pants, black shoes, and a collared shirt. If you want to go, like the t-shirt was saying, if you want to go with the collared shirt and the tie and stuff, I was there once as well. Go for it, but just so people you can be distinguished as a teacher. Don't wear jeans and sandals and stuff. Not that anyone does, but and more than likely, university or college will give you an appropriate dress then. But just dress like have a look at the other teachers, what they're wearing, and sort of go with that.
Attire is a big thing. It just shows your professionalism and how you hold yourself. So definitely, just if you're depending on department, obviously, if you're sports orientated, you're going to wear different attire. But
how old were you when you tied your first tie?
Bro, I think it was 12.
Yeah, so you can do it. I still can't tie a tie.
Nah, bro, we had to do it.
You continue to impress me with this stuff.
We literally had to, as part of our number ones, wearing uniform at school. So if we were to travel and play rugby somewhere else, we had to wear a number one.
The more I do these podcasts and videos, the more I learn about you. I think we could do our own podcast here in the life of Jody Eppier. Be respectful and be positive. Like obviously, the profession, treat people how you'd like to be treated. Don't have to be overly positive, but generally a positive attitude is going to get you further than negative and whinging, especially if you haven't even started in a profession yet.
But I'm going to say this, add this onto this, is that if you're positive, if you're professional, and if you're a team player in a sense, and you're willing to give things a go, as soon as you start making up little excuses that you can't make it here because of whatever reasons, or you can't do this because
it snowballs, doesn't it?
It does, and you quickly get found out. So, yeah, be positive.
Okay, so jury observation, so whatever the period is, the week or the 2 weeks that you're observing your so the pre-service teacher's observing the mentor teacher, one thing you can do is don't just sit there and just kick back, like take notes, whether you got your MacBook or device in there or your handwritten notes, break it down into sections. What's the teacher doing well? What's the behaviour management like? How do they start the class?
Yep.
What's their signal to begin? What's their resources, stuff like that, positioning in the room, just little things like that. Because I feel the more you do something, the better you get. So by the time you see it, by seeing it, by the time you start doing it, it means it's already sort of into your memory. Yeah. And it's going to be a different story, like especially if it's your first time in front of students, sitting back until you're actually up there and feeling it. You want everything to be, the more prepared you are, the less thinking you have to do and then being reactive, which makes the teaching experience smoother.
Definitely take notes, definitely take mental notes. And even to the point, if there's something that you want to ask as a question, as a follow-up after you've done an observation, just to get clarification on why did you do it this way or whatever else. Mm-hmm. What that just simply shows is that you're interested in trying to create a craft that you want to do. As I recall, I was told that I couldn't do certain things, and I'll keep asking, and I wasn't trying to be rude. So if you are asking a question, just ask it out of just being polite, trying to get the best information possible. But when you are doing observations, and you have different mentors, try to have different mentors at different levels of teaching and at different years of teaching.
Yeah, that's good.
Because you will actually see that the more seasoned teachers, let's say, they might not necessarily be as active and moving around. They might just plonk themselves on spot.
Well, yeah.
And so you got to get a good feel and a well-rounded version of all different types of teaching out there.
They might get a level of comfort, and then the newer teacher might be taking everything on. Yeah, it's a good one, and there's definitely the different experience. That's going to be a good indicator to where to go. Walk around the room. So again, you're observing. Walk around the room. Help struggling students. Talk to your mentor teacher first. 99% of the time, they're going to be fine with it. Yeah. And it builds a rapport with those students as well, and it gives you that experience. And the students don't just see you as a random person sitting in the back with a pen and paper or taking notes on a MacBook. They see you helping out.
Being interactive is always a good thing. Being visual, to be able to be seen, and even popping in to see how students get understanding this. That's showing interest in that student. And even if the kid didn't understand something and you can help or assist in one way or another, it just shows that you're investing into that kid. So let's say the time that you are taking over, that they will go, oh well, this person helped me out, awesome, great stuff.
And so already start building a relationship.
Laid the foundation already.
Zooming back out, so just the overall general Prac experience now, I think it's try new things as well. Have the courage to try new things. I know it's going to be daunting being up there in front of students and depending how well behaved they are, but having the guts to try new things will help you down the track in teaching, because you're going to have times where students are disengaged or don't want to be in class for whatever reason. You having the guts to try something and possibly fail and then try again and learn from that, that's going to set you up for a stronger career and strength of character and teaching down the track.
Trying new things is always a good thing. Best practice as well. You have a look at how the teachers run his class or her class. Also do the same, and then at the same time put your own flavour to it, because what that does, it shows your individuality towards how you want to get certain things out of a student. And a lot of more seasoned teachers will always look and go, wow, they'll look at you and go, wow, that's amazing, I like what you just done there. Or some of them might actually go, oh, I don't know. But those are the ones you've got to actually be. They've got to be more teachable as well. They've got to learn that we can learn from anyone and everyone. So just understand that point.
Which brings you to my last point: be open to feedback, receiving feedback, and most people, if you're getting feedback, it should be as a supportive manner. It's not just sitting there, this we did wrong and you can't improve it. There's a craft to giving constructive feedback as well, but then don't take it personal as well. See what you can build on. If you need to clarify more things from your mentor, teacher, or whoever's supervising, observing you, ask for sort of more detail or sort of more explanation of what's going on. But just know that you're still early and you haven't even started your career yet. So you're going to do a lot of things not particularly great. It's the experience that will get you there. So it's a marathon, not a sprint, to use the analogy. But just be open to receiving the feedback and then using the feedback.
One of the biggest learning curves that you'll learn as a teacher is getting feedback. And the more feedback you get back, even no matter how long you've been teaching, when you get given feedback, it's always a good thing to reflect upon, because at the end of the day, it's trying to smoothen out the edges where things might be a little bit rough and you don't know. So when you get given that feedback, take it on board, take it as a positive thing that, wow, this is something that they've identified that I need to do. Great, let's have a try. And if you fix it and you'll see that it works, it's all like, wow, yeah, that's great. I'll take that on board. No problem.
So again, it was just feedback on how to have a more successful or comfortable pre-service or prac experience out there. For any pre-service teachers about to go into their prac, we wish you the best. We need more good teachers out there.
Yes.
Like always, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank